Just seen Hurricane Fly do a piece of work this morning. What an incredible horse he is. 21 Grade 1 wins, and you said recently you'll probably never ever train another horse like him.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone will. He's and funny, I mean, that's how tough he is in his 11th year. And yet, if you remember when he had the reputation of being brittle when he was a 4-year-old, he missed Cheltenham that season, and then he missed the following season, I think, because he missed another Cheltenham because he had one, I think he had a splint, and another one he had a suspensory ligament injury or something. But you know, early in his career he missed a bit of time, but since that he's been fantastic.
Came to you at the end of 2007, bought by George Crichton, and he won the Royal Bond Novice Hurdle for you, so obviously I'm sure that was your first impression of just how good he was.
He'd already won a graded race in France before that. We had kept him in novice that year. We didn't run him until after Punchestown, and then he won in a small meeting in Punchestown in May. We brought him to France, where he won a grade 3 race, I think, and then brought him back to France again, and he was just beaten in a grade 1 race by a fantastic French horse at the time. And then we entered him in for the Royal Bond, and I think he opened up at 16-1, and a few of my pals who would know the value of form rang me to know was he missing a leg or something, that he was open at 16-1, so they all you know, one of those rare gifts, I think, to get a grade 1 horse at 16-1, and they got him for the hurdle at the time, yes, the Royal Bond.
He was never to be 16-1 again, Willie, but he obviously, you know, he missed Cheltenham in 2009, and it was really the 2010-2011 season that he really got going, and he won 5 races that year unbeaten.
Yes, I mean, he just, you know, once we got to know how to ride him and just tailor his training to suit him, we could keep him sound and keep him racing, and he just has so much ability.
And of course, the Champion Hurdle in 2011, he won really well that day, and I suppose, you know, obviously he fulfilled the promise that he had, and indeed the belief that you had in him that day.
Yes, you know, everything went right, and thankfully it worked.
It did, and then of course 2012, Willie, he had an 8-month break at that stage, and he resumed with the win in the Irish Champion Hurdle in 2012, and you know, again, I suppose that wasn't the ideal preparation. Normally you start off with the Morgiana, but you missed it that year.
That's right, he had some problem, but and then back to Cheltenham, and I think, you know, the balls didn't bounce from that day, got beaten, probably lost a lot of fans that day, but that's the way it goes. And then after that, then he just seemed to get on a roll, and most things worked until the end of last season, where he just had 2 Midland runs and got beaten, and but then Morgiana again this year bounced back, and of course at Christmas in Leopardstown, so hopefully we can it'll be a good race on Sunday, I hope. You know, he's just very good around Leopardstown.
He said he has 9 times he's run there, 9 times he's won. Willie, he is only a small horse, but he's got a massive heart.
Yeah, I mean, he's 16 hands. He's probably small in jumping terms, but he got a massive heart. He's a very strong horse, so he is, and you know, he's not. He's just very butch. He's very strong. He's that's what he is, and that's where his ability is, I suppose, in his strength and his temperament. He doesn't know how to lose. I think he tries, when he gets into a scrap with another horse, he's really able to slug it out the whole way to the line with him.
Yeah, he's proven that every time he has been in a battle, he puts his ears back and he just refuses to be beaten, really.
Yeah, that's part of his makeup. He loves, you know, he has to be top dog, and in fact, when he got beaten in his second Champion Hurdle, I thought, would that break his heart? And so I was very easy on him for the early part of the following season, just to try and get him back, and then when we got him ready to race it, he was back to himself again.
As you say, the public, I suppose, to a certain extent, they fell out of love a little bit in 2012, but to go back and to become the first horse since Comedy of Errors, really, in 1975, to regain the Champion Hurdle, that was, you know, again, he showed what a great battler he was that day, and he certainly, a lot of people started to warm for him again at that stage.
Yeah, I think so. People love a champion that can come back and regain a championship, I think, and that's what he did. He's broken a lot of rules. They said a Munju wouldn't come up the hill in Cheltenham. He's done that. Now he has to go back and prove, can he do it again this year as an 11-year-old?
He certainly doesn't know he's 11, but obviously, he's had to face horses. It's unusual to have a horse in the yard for so long, Willie. He's here with you now over 7 years, but he has had to meet some of the best horses of different generations, and now he's obviously up against Jezki, who is a champion hurdler in his own right, and that
yes.
battle he has won a couple of times, more often than
yes, he when things go right, he's certainly able to have the race with Jezki, and that'll be fascinating again the next time they meet.